Don't Do Nothing. This program is a suicide prevention initiative for high school students and is supported by Grassroots Crisis Center as part of their Change Matters program. This initiative focuses on you knowing your friends. You know when they're having a bad day, right? You know when they're having a bad week, right? What if a bad week turns into a bad few weeks or months? Would you do something? Don't Do Nothing is about empowering you to help a friend get the support needed if you think they might be in danger of hurting themselves. A national survey conducted by the Centers for Disease Control in 2013 found that 17% of students seriously considered attempting suicide in the last year. Nearly 14% made a plan for a suicide attempt. Almost 3% actually attempted suicide that resulted in treatment by a doctor or nurse. If we were to extrapolate those numbers and apply them to the 16,000 high school students in Howard County, that would be the equivalent of 442 students having made a suicide attempt in the last year, or about the total number of the freshman class in any Howard County high school. Suicide is preventable. If you think a friend might be thinking about suicide, please talk to a trusted adult like a parent, a teacher, a guidance counselor, a coach, or a minister. But if you don't have a trusted adult in your life, or it's late at night, or that trusted adult is not available, you can always call Grassroots Crisis Center. A professional crisis counselor always answers the phone. The hotline is staffed 24/7. Historically, Grassroots started as a suicide crisis hotline by college students. It has evolved to be the one and only crisis center in Howard County. It's important to know that Grassroots does not charge any fees for its services. Not all the calls that Grassroots receives are about suicide. Counselors talk to people concerned about relationships, pressures at school or work, homelessness, or even domestic violence. Any crisis you can think of, Grassroots has heard. Grassroots is there to listen and get people connected to the support they need to resolve a crisis.
Grassroots Crisis Hotline.
Hi, I'm not really sure how this works. I've never called a hotline before.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you called. I'm a counselor. Why don't you start by telling me what's on your mind?
Well, I have this friend that I'm kind of worried about. We've been friends for a couple years, and lately he's been acting really different.
Okay, how so?
Usually he's pretty friendly and likes being around people. He would always be up for anything you wanted to do. But lately, he never wants to hang out. He barely talks to anyone. When we asked him what was up, he said nothing's wrong, but today he was talking about some pretty weird stuff.
It sounds like you're really concerned about him.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of things did he say today?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm making a big deal of this or if I should even be calling you. I don't want to get him in any trouble. You're not going to tell anyone or try to call his parents, are you?
Well, I actually don't have any reason to do so right now, and don't even have any way of knowing who he is. But I can hear that you're a little nervous about sharing this. Maybe I can help you find some ways to help him.
Okay, well, the past week or so, he's been giving away some of his stuff. Not a lot, but stuff that, means something to him, you know? Like his guitar and his iPod. Then today in school, he said something about people being better off without him and wondering if there really is a heaven or hell and things like that. I'm scared he might be planning on trying to kill himself or something. I don't really know what to do. What should I say to him?
Okay, well, you definitely did the right thing today by calling us with these concerns. Giving away your possessions, cutting yourself off from friends, talking about dying, these things are all definitely considered warning signs that a person might be thinking about killing themselves. It sounds like your friend is going through something really difficult that could also be potentially dangerous. This is a very serious issue, and I'm so glad you decided to act on your concern for your friend.
I've never ever heard him talk like this before. That's why I'm a little freaked, because normally he's such a chill person.
I definitely understand why you are as worried as you are, so let's talk about some options for getting help for your friend today.
The audio clip is an example of how easy it is to call Grassroots. So would you know the signs if your friend needed help? These are just some of the most frequently recognizable signs that a friend might need your help to don't do nothing. Remember, you are the one that knows your friend better than anyone else. Don't just shrug it off or think that you can't do something. You can help. The services that Grassroots provides are critical to the mental health and well-being of our community. Change Matters is the initiative that tells students about Grassroots and its services. By knowing about Grassroots Crisis Center, you can be a resource connector. You can be a resource for a friend who might need help. Grassroots is a nonprofit that depends on the financial support of the Howard County community. Change Matters is a way students can support Grassroots, its services, and a friend that one day might need a crisis counselor. So when your school plans a fundraiser and asks for your support, don't do nothing. Did you know that you have the Grassroots Crisis Hotline number on the back of your student ID? Just in case you don't have your ID when you need it, please take out your cell phone and add Grassroots Hotline number to your contacts. Thank you.